When Rihanna threw her first Savage Fenty show at New York Fashion Week in 2018, we wondered how anything could top the spectacle.
Rihanna's Savage X Fenty show is the talk of New York Fashion Week.
We should have known the only person who can ever outdo Rihanna is Rihanna herself.
Is it Fenty, or is it the fact that you just had an amazing fashion show?
It's both, actually.
Looking at Rihanna's Savage Fenty fashion show from 2019, you might think you're watching a modern-day variety show instead of a fashion show. And that's because Rihanna is absolutely changing the game when it comes to style, and she sure knows how to put on a show. You won't find pics from this event on any old Instagram account, and that's because this VIP event was strictly invite-only. But even if you made it onto the exclusive guest list, updating your Insta would still have been against the rules. Guests had to pass through a metal detector in order to gain entrance, and they had to place their phones in locked fabric pouches for the duration of the event. That means no texting, no taking pictures, and just focusing on the show. If a celeb doesn't post their new outfit on social media, does it even exist? Well, hopefully it does, since you'll have the opportunity to watch the show yourself if you have Amazon Prime. While Rihanna forbids selfies at the event, she had her own cameras in action recording the show so it could be streamed on Amazon Prime in over 200 countries, starting September 20th.
This year, Amazon's covering it. I mean, it's on Amazon, which is so cool.
Honestly, that's a smart move, and we're not just saying that as proud Amazon Prime members. For so long, the annual Victoria's Secret fashion show was a huge deal, even though the ratings dropped year after year. Instead of hoping people tune into network television, Rihanna is taking her event straight to a modern streaming platform. In fact, Rihanna's event is only comparable to the Victoria's Secret fashion show on a very surface level. She threw out the runway playbook and created an over-the-top spectacle attended by celebs like beauty YouTuber James Charles, Paris and Nikki Hilton, Ashley Graham, Diane von Furstenberg, Bella Hadid, and Skrillex. Guests received a mysterious invitation in advance with only Brooklyn listed as the location and details provided the day before the event. Could crazy over-the-top fashion shows be the new trend? The Tommy Zendaya fashion show was definitely a next-level performance as well, featuring an extremely diverse group of people. At Rihanna's show, there were musical performances and dancers taking the stage amidst the models to keep the energy up and the crowd begging for more. Models like Gigi Hadid showed off the latest Savage Fenty wear, while performers like Big Sean and A$AP Ferg provided the music. Of course, Rihanna herself didn't disappoint with her commanding performance. DJ Khaled, Fat Joe, Tierra Whack, and Fabulous did an amazing rap medley, and Migos performed Pure Water from, well, an actual pool of water. Normani led a dance troupe on stage, Laverne Cox nearly stole the show, and models like Cara Delevingne, Paloma Elsesser, and Joan Smalls showed off their stuff. All of these incredible performers definitely rocked the stage, but they were all having a great time too. Cara Delevingne was there with her girlfriend Ashley Benson to support her pal Rihanna. Normani called the event one of the most memorable nights of her entire existence, and Halsey treated the audience to a live debut of her single Graveyard. In the past, Halsey performed at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, a move she would later regret. When now former Victoria's Secret Chief Marketing Officer Ed Razek said he wouldn't consider hiring trans or plus-sized models, many people were offended, including Halsey, who slammed the brand's lack of inclusivity. Although the company later hired their first trans model, Valentina Sampao, many wonder if it's too little too late for this once major brand. Are brands like Rihanna's Savage Fenty just too far ahead at this point? Rihanna knows how to put on a great show, and if we're being honest, great is a total understatement. But the reality is that she's doing so much more than that.
No woman should be left out. It's all stages of womanhood and all different body types.
Inclusive is the name of her game, and she is absolutely winning at this point. For so long, many consumers haven't seen themselves represented. And now that they do, they're really responding to brands like Savage Fenty, who make it a point to showcase a wide range of different people in their advertising and offer products for all body types and skin colors. Did you ever stop to think about the fact that most shops used to only offer one color of nude fabric? Savage Fenty offers 7 different nude shades, and other companies are following suit. Even the mannequins at her pop-up shops have been praised for showing off their love handles and less than slim silhouettes. Rihanna may look flawless, but she's had to deal with some serious insecurities. When she was growing up, she was bullied because of the color of her skin. And as she got older, her figure became a frequent target as well. This is a star who believes in being involved in every step of the process when it comes to creating her products, and her life experiences definitely impact her creativity.
I think when lingerie is for you, You never lose your sexy.
Sure, it might sound crazy to say lingerie can change the world, but in some small ways, empowering women and making them feel included definitely doesn't hurt. While many fans now look to Rihanna to bring about this change, who inspires Rihanna?
Lizzo is at the top of my list.
Well, like oh so many of us, she can't get enough of Lizzo.
She's everything that Savage stands for.
Yeah.
A confident woman.
She even admitted that she'd love the opportunity to collaborate with Lizzo in the future, and excuse us while we scream with joy about that possibility.
Oh my God, yes.
According to Rihanna, being savage is less about what you look like and more about having a confident attitude. She believes it's something anyone can achieve, and it turns out a lot of people agree with her, and they aren't afraid to pony up some serious cash. People are lining up to help fund the Savage Fenty fashion line, including her fellow celebs. Jay-Z's venture firm Marcy Venture Partners LLC and Avenir Grown Capital have invested $50 million. This made a nice addition to the $20 million raised from other investors for a total of $70 million. In fact, the annual revenue for Savage Fenty is projected to be around $150 million. Meanwhile, Victoria's Secret announced in 2019 that they'll be shutting the door on 53 stores in the United States, and their stock took a drastic 40% plunge in a single year. How does this all impact Rihanna? Well, according to Forbes, she's the most wealthy female musician around with a net worth of about $600 million. If Savage Fenty keeps being such an incredible success, she could be a billionaire before we know it. Before there was Savage Fenty, there was Rihanna's Fenty Beauty line, which was founded on the same inclusive philosophy as Rihanna's other ventures. And Rihanna isn't just changing things for individual consumers, she's changing the entire industry. Retailers know about the Fenty effect that happens whenever Rihanna does something. After Fenty Beauty debuted its wide variety of shades, other brands followed suit, including CoverGirl, Maybelline, Dior, and MAC. But how does Fenty compare to another popular celeb-backed brand, Kylie Cosmetics? Well, in the first month after its debut, Fenty Beauty brought in $72 million, or about 5 times what Kylie Cosmetics did when it became available. It's predicted that Kylie Cosmetics will achieve $1 billion in lifetime sales by 2022, but Fenty Beauty is expected to surpass both Kylie Cosmetics and KKW Beauty. How many people can even keep pace with the various Kardashian-Jenner business ventures, let alone surpass them?
How crazy that's gonna be.
The fact that so many retailers have ignored large groups of the population for far too long, and that's finally starting to change. Rihanna's ventures aren't the only ones catering to these consumers, but they are definitely at the front of the pack. Because although our bodies may look different than a typical model's, it turns out our cash is just as green. On average, Fenty Beauty customers spend about $471 on makeup per year. Oh, and just in case you weren't impressed enough by Fenty Beauty or Savage Fenty, Rihanna also has a line of luxury fashion called Fenty. Not only does this star have an eye for style, she knows how to stick with what works. Even though her other brands are wildly successful, Rihanna hasn't forgotten what won her the affection of her fans in the first place. Her followers were thrilled to spot South Sudanese model Awang Mayanchwal showing off some lovely Fenty jewelry, and they were even more excited that she hadn't clearly been airbrushed into oblivion. Awang Mayanchwal has facial scars which Rihanna left untouched in the photo, a fact which did not go unnoticed by social media users. It's become abundantly clear that Rihanna is on the next level when it comes to catering to different demographics. While Victoria's Secret had to cancel their fashion show, fans can't wait to start streaming Rihanna's. Victoria's Secret was founded by a man named Roy Raymond who wanted to create more alluring lingerie and sell them in an environment where men could feel comfortable shopping. Now, we're not trying to slam Victoria's Secret or men shopping for lingerie. In fact, the reason we're mentioning this brand in the first place is because they absolutely dominated the market for such a long time. So many brands were created with the male gaze in mind, and the comments made by Ed Razek seemed to make it clear that this was still the case. He talked about selling a fantasy to consumers, but Savage Fenty customers are looking for reality. They want products that represent their bodies the way they are, not some fantasy few people can ever really achieve. When Aerie started featuring more realistic-looking models and unretouched photos, their sales jumped 20% that fiscal year. Somehow we don't think that's just a coincidence. It seems like consumers are saying no to fantasies and yes being their own savage selves. Only time will tell if more traditional brands are able to keep up or if they'll fall by the wayside.
Yeah, boom.
What do you think about Rihanna's second Savage Fenty fashion show? Do you think it could ever be as iconic as the Victoria's Secret fashion show, or do you think it's already surpassed that benchmark? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section and then click on the subscribe button for more videos from The Taco. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.